Hello and welcome to Sports by Compian. I'm your host, Stephen Compian, back with another recap episode. And of course, I am joined here for these football things by my co-host, the powerful, the mighty, the handsome Corey Compian's back in the house, here to tell us about some brief, vague football knowledge. How are you, sir?
Oh, that's right. That's right. I kind of know what's going on. Not enough to be able to give you an in-depth analysis, but I'll give you the vibes. I know the vibes of the game, just not the
Tell
plays.
us what the vibes. Vibes are what really matters.
Yeah,
Anyway, everyone knows that. Speaking of vibes, a man who risked it all last year, and by all I mean like 8-9 grand. I forget how much it was for exactly. And he is back this year again to speak to us about his beloved Steelers. Mr. Frankie's back in the house. Frankie, how are you, sir?
I risked it all this year as well, but that's another topic,
down,
I guess.
Dude. He doesn't fuck around. He doubled down again.
Nice.
Yeah, double down.
And he won again then.
Yeah,
and he won
exactly.
again. He is a
It was crazy.
Multi-time winner because Mike Tomlin just loves winning seasons, and Frankie knows this, and he bets on his boys. You gotta love it. Frankie's back here to talk more football with us. We're happy to have you, Frankie, in this final recap show of the regular season of the NFL. Here we are, boys. Are you excited?
Pumped, dude. Freaking pumped.
Playoffs are upon us. It's happening. It's a thing. It's real. It's part of our lives.
It's real. And I, as my boys are unfortunately out of the running, we had a rough year. I must bandwagon onto other teams because I'm not going to stop watching football. You know, there's still all this fun playoff football to be happening. So I'm basically doing like all my proxy teams now. You know, I'm kind of hoping the Bucks do some stuff for Steven's sake, kind of hoping the Vikings do some stuff for Manny's sake, hoping the Steelers do stuff for Frankie's sake, hope the Lions do stuff just because the Lions are cool and I like the Lions and I know a couple Lions fans. You know, I got a couple proxy teams I'm bandwagoning on. You know, I'm not too committed to any of them. I'm playing a little loosely out here.
That's right, Sports by Compian fans. If your team is out of it, find a bandwagon team. Get onto some new train and get ready for a run because the playoffs are freaking upon us, dude. It's happening. It's here. It's all going down, Corey. And speaking of your boys who are now out of it, they almost sent the Commanders into the playoffs with a loss on their record. Didn't quite work out that way, though, huh, Corey?
I spent this entire game at a dog fair trying to get that dog adopted.
No.
I made it home. I sit down, I turn on the TV, and I'm like, oh my God, the Cowboys are winning. We're gonna fucking leave with a win. That's so cool. I sit down, literally the last play, I see them throw a touchdown. I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I got to sit down and watch this last fucking touchdown happen.
Ouch.
And then I turned off the TV and I took a nap.
Fair. Yeah, it was tough. The memes have already going around, the short videos of Malik Hooker celebrating, thinking that they've stopped them on fourth down, only for Marcus Mariota to come popping out of the pile and pick up another 30 yards or whatever it is, and ended up sealing the game. So, yeah, tough day for Malik Hooker.
Better, like, you know.
Yeah.
If now we have a better shot at that running back as something, Juwan Genty.
The guy from Boise State?
Yeah, I know people don't want him because they're like, oh, you can't take a running back at 12. I'm like, dude, I don't know. A running back could change our lives. We kind of need a running back. I'm down to take a dude that took a bad team all the way to the
Whoa, that's not that crazy. Boise State's not a bad team. They're maybe not good as some of these other college teams. They're good. They're decent.
But to get them as deep
into the
playoff run as they had, like, he was kind of the heart of that team. Like, whenever he was the run out for the Heisman, they're like, would that team have made it without this dude? No. Would the other Colorado have made it without Hunter? Yes. So it's kind of like, why did Hunter, get the Heisman instead of this dude when this dude had a bigger impact?
Lots of fun memes circling about our boy Travis Hunter right now. Got to be the most mocked Heisman Trophy winner coming into the NFL. Oof, dude, make better decisions about who you date and who you marry, gentlemen.
Dude, they're still engaged. It's crazy. Like,
make better decisions, boys.
But then it's also kind of like you look like a softie if you bail on her because it's like, oh, the internet's being mean to me. I got to break up with my fiance. Or are you like, no, this is my fiance. But also, like, it sounded like she cheated on him. I don't know. I've been trying to actively ignore it because it's just really awkward and I don't want to hear about it.
It's very
Were
awkward.
you
It's very
aware of this,
weird.
Frankie?
I think she's gotta make great stuff at work, and that's why he's keeping her. Just not to say something
She's
else.
talented.
She's
that-
talented.
She
Really
does
smart.
look like-
Really smart. She's really smart.
does-
Very
she
talented
does-
girl.
She
Keeps
does
them
look like
around.
a talented girl. Now that you mention it, Frankie, that's a
It's
fair
gotta be.
assessment there. Anyway, let's before we get out into the gutter here, let's talk about this Cowboys game just a little bit. Marcus Mariota pretty much started this game, and apparently that was enough. Jay Daniels was in there for a little while, and then he got sacked a couple times. And they're like, quickly, get him out of there. This is ridiculous. Michael Parsons had 2 sacks in the first 2 drives. It was looking like the Cowboys might run away with this one, only for the Commanders to come storming back. Full disclosure, was not paying the most attention because I was fiercely watching some other games. But either way, Cowboys drop it, but as Corey mentioned, probably for the best. Cowboy fans in disarray. The funny story coming out of this one is definitely the whole, oh yeah, we're benching Cooper Rush. And everyone's like asking Jerry Jones, like, I mean, but he was like right away from getting an incentive. He's like, oh, I didn't even know about that. Okay, so Jerry, you look bad either way here. Because A, you did know about it and you pulled him so he wouldn't hit his $2,500 incentive, which, dude, that ain't fuck all to you. Let's be honest. That's nothing to you, Jerry.
2,500 or a quarter mil?
2,500, yeah,
Quarter
quarter
mil.
mil.
Quarter
Which is
mil.
the same
Okay.
thing, Corey. Anyway,
Right. No, you're right.
Anyway, so yeah, you pull your boy before he could hit his incentive. So either you knew about it and you pulled him, or you didn't know about it, and that means you're a terrible GM and you should probably fire yourself. Please, for the love of God and Cowboys fans everywhere, fire yourself, Jerry. Just go sit in the booth, be an owner, stop being involved as general manager. You're terrible. You're horrible. You've destroyed this franchise. Ever since firing Jimmy Johnson, you need to stop. You need to stop making business decisions. As somebody who likes the Cowboys, please stop it. Stop being involved. Go fade off, retire somewhere. You don't know football like you think you do. And you need to move away now and let other people who actually know football come make some decisions for you. Is this true, Corey? Am I speaking out of
The
term?
Chiefs were cheering for him. They're like, yeah, you're doing great. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Oh my God, you hear that one Eagles fan? Like, you're doing great, Jerry. You're doing great.
And he goes and he thanks the guy like he's so out of touch. He doesn't even know he's being mocked.
He's such an idiot.
He's a mess, but I did see a quote. I think Frankie sent it to me. Him saying that he's never going to retire. He's like, I'm never going to stop. It's like, well, that's real
He
sad
picked
for
that
me.
job to be his only job for the rest of his life, so he's never
Yeah.
retiring.
Dude,
He's
your
like,
man's
I'm never
like
gonna stop doing it.
80-something. You're 80-something, Jerry. Just go away. Nobody wants to see your old, ugly face anymore. Stop it.
Dude, it's such a bummer.
Stop it. Stop it now.
And also, it's just he's so lost in the sauce. He doesn't know where the fuck he is. Like
it's all very sad.
he makes a big deal about like releasing Elliott, and I was surprised anyone even fucking wanted Elliott, dude.
Yeah.
But he's over there with the Chargers, so good for
Are
him.
this with the Chargers now?
Yeah.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
managed to sneak
Chargers
into a
come out.
playoff run.
Yeah,
Exactly.
go for it. Why not?
Good for
I don't know
him.
who the fuck they have at running back over there, but is Elliott better
They have
than them?
Gus
Like,
Edwards.
They got
No,
J.K.
they're
Dobbins.
just picking him up for like
just picking him up for
depth thing
yeah.
and see if they win a ring, and hopefully he's there. I don't know. Wish
Yeah,
they
pretty
won't,
much.
but
They
Yeah,
probably
I don't
will
think the
not
Chargers
now.
are going to the Super Bowl.
No,
I don't
I
think so
hope so.
either.
I mean, actually, no.
It'd
really,
be
I
cool
don't
to
know.
see. I mean, whatever. Anyone but the Chiefs over in the AFC, so I'm here for it. But yeah,
Yeah,
I doubt it very much. But yes. Anyway, moving on to this game. Trey Lance played okay. I mean, whatever. Rico Dabo got himself 72 yards. Not the best average. So you can see why they're maybe looking to move on from him at running back.
1,000 yards, so can't be too mad at that.
Can't be too mad at that. First 1,000-yard rusher for the Cowboys in a while too, right?
I think Pollard had it.
Okay.
We got rid of Pollard recently.
I must be thinking of something else then. Anyway, yeah, so sad times for the Cowboys. Don't really have much more to say about them, but the Commanders move on. And I think they are playing, in fact, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So they travel down to Tampa Bay for the first round of the wild card. It's going to be a tough one, but there was no easy ones going into this playoff. The NFC in general are all pretty good. As Mike Evans put it, it was a good year for the NFC, so anyone coming to us is going to be a tough game. Yeah.
how do you feel about your defense, the Bucs defense going
Not-
against Daniels? Not great.
Not great. No. I mean, we'll get to
Not
our
warm and
boys
fuzzy.
here. We'll get to the boys in a minute here, but not great, Frankie. not super great. Our defense is pretty much the worst defense we've had in a very long time, which is hilarious because we have our best offense we've had in a very long time. So yeah, pretty crazy. We'll see how this all plays out, but we'll get to that game when we get to it. In the meantime, your Steelers, a tough one on what was that, Saturday night? My pastor showed up to church the next day, diehard Steelers fan, and he's just like, I didn't sleep well last night. We're having a very short sermon. And he pretty much shuffled us out of there like a half hour. I was here for it. But, I think he speaks for a lot of Steelers fans. It was a tough night.
Oh, man. It's weird that this team a few weeks ago had everything going for them. Special teams, defense, or offense. They look great all around. And now nothing looks okay. Like nothing. We fumbled on special teams. We cannot punt properly or cover punts properly or kickoffs for that matter. Offense looks stagnant. And for the defense was a little bit better on this one, luckily. But on the past few weeks was kind of bad too. So nothing's working. I mean, Philadelphia had the ball the last 10 minutes of the game. We didn't have the ball in the fourth quarter. We had 2 drives in the whole second half, man. That's crazy. It's insane.
What? Dude.
Yeah, we had 2 drives, 2 offensive drives. We didn't have a chance because they just, I don't know. They went first, second, third down, and they will do that fucking tush pushing on fourth and convert, and they will do that like the whole fourth quarter.
2.5 yards insane. Every play.
Insane, man. It was insane.
Yeah, that's like how dominant. I run my offense when I have a bad quarterback in college football. Just 4 yards at a time, boys.
Right. So we need. That's what they did. Yeah.
Hey, it worked. It worked. Keep Russell Wilson off the field. He's too hot. He's too dangerous. Let him ride.
Too dangerous.
on the sidelines.
He's
Joe Burrow gets it done. Jamar Chase, a couple drops for him, but he also gets it done with a touchdown, 10 catches on the day. I think Cincinnati kind of was stumbling a bit. The football gods gave the Steelers every chance they could to win this game, including a turnover on that one punt. They had their chances, man. It was rough to watch, to not see them be able to pull it off, although I was kind of rooting for Joe Cool a little bit, to be honest with you. I wanted to see Joe Cool in the playoffs. I
understand.
I love seeing Joe Cool. I love seeing him in the playoffs. He's so cool.
The only good thing about the Bengals winning is that I imagine the Bengals tuning in for the Chiefs-Broncos game and be like, come on, Chiefs, and then they go scoreless like 38-0. God, that must have been amazing.
Their tears taste delicious.
That's the only good thing about the game.
Fair enough. That's a fair assessment there. But yeah, Steelers struggle. Dude, Steelers struggle with drops. What is going on with George Pickens? Apparently, he can't catch the ball if he's not draped over by a receiver, and if he's trying to catch it with 2 hands, no, only 1 hand, and only if defenders are draped all over. Because the only way I can catch the ball, easy.
Right.
Just give me passes.
He wants the contact to get fired up. If it's too easy, he doesn't want it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know what is it about George, man. He's such a weird character. I don't know what to make of him. I just hope he doesn't pull a gun on somebody in a game, and hopefully he gets some touchdowns and be happy because he's special for sure. Special person.
Where you just wonder, if he wasn't good at football, what would that guy be doing?
He'll be in prison. That guy will be in prison.
For sure.
Oh my God.
He picks fights with fans, man, in the middle of the game.
Every game.
Guy's crazy.
Every game he's fighting somebody.
Oh, man. No.
Somebody's catching these hands every fucking game. Doesn't matter who, why, when.
Just doesn't matter.
The guy must have 2 or 3 really good friends from high school that just keep him out of fights and bars. They're like, no. You make millions of dollars with your hands. Don't break your hand punching this guy.
Yeah, but he's funny.
He is an interesting character, to say the least. Russell Wilson tried to fire him back up, but it wasn't quite enough. Pat Fryer drops a critical 4th and 12 pass, which, I was watching back that play. He definitely dropped that and had the first down if he would have caught it. So, tough times for the Steelers dropping balls.
Russell hasn't been playing great, but it's the whole thing, man. It's not just him. So the thing is that, when the quarterback when we lose, it's all on the quarterback. When we win, it's all on the quarterback too. So, but I don't think Russ has been that bad. Yeah.
No, I mean, we're going back and watching at least 4 drops that we know of, if not more. I played a Madden, of course. I'm a big, quarterback here. I totally get it. Yeah, when your receivers are just dropping the ball, there's not a lot you can do. There's
Right.
not a lot you can do whenever they're just not catching the ball. It's real hard.
Mhm.
So yeah, tough day at the office for the Steelers and for the Bengals because they still did not make the playoffs. And now the Steelers are limping into the playoffs on what, a 4-game losing streak now, Frankie? Is that true?
Yeah,
Or?
4 games. That's true. Mhm.
So went from
It
10
was
through 10
a gauntlet though, 12 games,
Yeah.
but at least win one for fuck's sake. That's the
So
thing.
they,
They look like a one and done in the playoffs right now. Yeah, tell me.
So what was your line this year? Was it 9 or was it 10?
It was 8.5.
Wins. It was 8.5 or 9?
Love it.
That's why it's a deadline to me. And not only that, dude. Like at first I took it at like plus 100 something, right? 105, 110, 110, and then it went up to 160. I was like, this is insane. It paid like more than 2 times and a half, and so I put more money in it.
Of course you did.
Attaboy.
Yeah. It's
Attaboy.
just, yeah, I don't think we're getting that line this year. Probably not. If we get it, then we might be on
Maybe you
board.
stop
again.
betting against Mike Tomlin. Why would you ever bet for Mike Tomlin to have a
Yeah,
bad season?
exactly. And for that line to drive so up, it must have been somebody betting against the Steelers, which is, I don't know, a hater, a Ravens fan.
Yeah, probably.
Ravens fan out there like, nah, man, they're gonna be terrible. They got Russ, they're gonna be trash.
Yeah.
I think I put like 5 in this season as well. So
Oh, yeah, let's go.
also big winner out here. Let's
Also
go.
a winner. Let's go. Mhm.
Big winner here on Sports by Compian. That's right. That's right. So yeah, that's
So-
exciting for you, Frankie. Another big win, 2 years in a row for you now. Must
Can
feel
we go
good.
for
Appreciate
the
it.
triple down?
Yeah.
Triple down happens
It depends.
next year.
It depends if the line is there. I'm not taking 9. It's gotta be 8.5.
You're not taking 9?
No, they're not taking chances.
Second year for Russell Wilson in the system. You don't think you might be a little better?
We'll see. We'll see what happens against Baltimore too on Saturday.
Are they playing Baltimore?
Yeah.
Ouch, dude. That's so mean. They're like, hey, go
I
play
don't
your
think so.
rivals. Go play.
I'd rather play Baltimore than playing. Well, probably Baltimore is the worst one amongst like the Texans
just
and the
gonna say,
Chargers and the Broncos. Yeah.
Yeah, the AFC's kind of weak this year, man. Like,
Yeah, you're right.
really, there's not too many scary teams. I mean, there's Buffalo,
Yeah.
Baltimore, and of course the Chiefs, the 3 big.
The
But it's
Chiefs.
it's kind of a big drop off after those 3.
Yeah, you're right. For a second, I think we looked like one, but then we dropped again.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, maybe they'll rally in the playoffs. We'll get playoff Russell back. We haven't seen playoff Russell since he was with the Seahawks. So, maybe this will be it. Maybe this will be a rekindling and excitement. He's a good leader, dude.
Don't give me
As
hope.
much as everyone gives him shit, dude, it was kind of cool seeing him there trying to hype up George Pickens on the sideline. The dude's a leader.
Yeah. He's a good leader. Yeah, I think he's a great guy too. Looks like.
Yeah,
a great guy.
absolutely. He's definitely a good guy. It's easy to meme him and make fun of him, but he's definitely a good guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the most wholesome quarterback you could possibly ask for.
Yeah, and he's kind of a dork too, to be honest.
Absolutely.
He's a dork.
Absolutely. The biggest dork quarterback in the NFL, for
Right,
sure.
for sure.
But, hey, man, it works.
The
for
dude
him.
fucking, you got Kirk running around out there, you know?
I know. And I think Kirk has more swagger than him, for sure. It's not even close.
Oh, man. That's how bad
Um,
it is.
Both the same
but
draft
fucking,
class. Cordy draft class.
So I know I know you put this bet, but I don't remember who you picked for it. Was it Lions Chiefs and for the Chiefs to win?
That's I did a long shot like what was it, like 10 weeks ago?
It was
And I
early
had
in the season.
Corey making it. I put like $50 on the Chiefs and the Lions to be the Super Bowl and the Chiefs to win it, and it pays 1,000. So we'll see if that happens. They're the number one seeds,
I hope
both
you're
of them.
wrong, dude. I do not.
Yeah, I don't want to
see
see the Chiefs.
Good Lord. But
Yeah, I
hey,
understand.
I will take comfort in the fact that at least if we see a three-peat somewhere, Frankie will have made $1,000, and that will make me happy.
Yeah, it's a long shot
Yeah,
though. But we'll see.
like if that outcome happens, I don't know who I'd root for because I'm like I'd want to see the Lions win. You know, they're
Of course
like
I do.
Well,
my one buddy who's like he's like 40 something. He's like, dude, in my lifetime we haven't been good. Like I
Yeah,
saw
I
something
know.
about how like they
man.
haven't been good since the internet. So they're like losing
Yeah.
Twitter beefs. Lion fans, they're getting bullied on Twitter because like they'll try to get into beefs, but they're not like good at it because they haven't been good since the internet's been around.
Oh man, yeah, but if that happens, I'll put money on the Lions, so I win either way for sure. So it wouldn't matter to me.
That's fair.
Cool. Cool. All right, well, we'll see how that all plays out. Moving on. Tampa Bay Buccaneers clinched the NFC South for the 4th year in a row, which ties the Saints as the all-time record there in the NFC South. Pretty big game. This game was very, very stressful to watch, boys. Nothing like watching Spencer Rattler go up and down the field on your team. And
Oh, man.
Why? Why is this happening? He's not a good quarterback. He's not good. He's not good, guys. He can't do this to us. But it's also we got fucking Josh Hayes out there trying to cover people, dude. We are struggling in the secondary. Everybody and your mom is hurt. And Jordan Whitehead's like, you know what, dude? Not only was I hurt in the field, let me go get into a car accident and really make sure I'm not involved for this playoff run, okay? Like, Christ, dude, we cannot keep anybody healthy in that secondary. And apparently they can't drive either. So we got Josh Hayes out there trying to guard people. Josh Hayes is a cool dude, I'm sure. But my man's a special teams gunner. He's not a real corner. He's not like really actually supposed to be covering people. It's not really like his thing.
Oh, dude, that's for a living.
Covering people? No. Come on, what? We got like Tyreek Thunderberg out there. Have you guys ever heard of Tyreek Thunderberg?
That's such a cool name.
Exactly.
No.
Is that a real name?
He's not good at
He's
football,
Thunderberg.
guys. He's not good, dude. Oh man, we are struggling in the secondary right now. Everybody and your mom is injured. Hopefully we can get back Winfield and Dean going into the playoffs, because otherwise it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough day trying to stop Jaden Daniels. But anyway, focusing on this game,
you're at home. Oh, sorry. Keep going with the game. Yeah.
We are at home, which is very helpful. But yeah, anyway, this game was tough to watch, dude. Obviously, Saints going into the halftime up 16-6. Bucks offense suddenly stumbling. We're like, hopefully at least the defense was holding them to field goals, and our boys could not get it going in the first half. In fact, I think it wasn't until the second half when Baker Mayfield, the dog himself, had a long carry and just ran over a Saints corner and then dragged his nuts on the guy's helmet. And of course, the Saints guy had something to say about it. I'll see the whole line from the Bucks just roll in there and just start, dude, like Cody Mount just straight up punched a D lineman, which mustn't hurt him. But either way, the guy tries to pull his best soccer moves and jump on the ground like a gay baby. Of course, the Saints would pull this. Not surprised at all that they're over there teaching them soccer moves. Maybe teach your players how to actually play football, guys, and you wouldn't suck so much. But anyway, yeah, it was really amusing to watch because Baker hopped right up from it and like ran out of there. You could see like pictures of him and like all the memes online are like, cool guys, walk away, don't look back at the explosion. You just see both teams just fighting and Baker's just like casually walking back to the line of scrimmage. My man's a dog, dude. Holy shit. Yeah. He had so many crazy plays throughout this game. Second half, I think it was like freaking 3rd and 15 or some ridiculous shit. Because the refs were just like determined for us to lose this game. Oh my God. We had like 10, 11 penalties. And all right, some of it was holding, some of it was bad. But dude, the call on Jalen McMillan for pointing a gun when it was
it's garbage. Doing this down, it was stupid as fuck. Stupid as fuck, yeah.
And then one of the Bucks fans on our Bucks subreddit pointed out, like, hey, isn't it funny that the NFL is going to call that on McMillan? Meanwhile, the fucking cover of the highlights of Baltimore Ravens versus Chiefs week 1, if you go back and look at this right now, sports fans, look at the YouTube page for the NFL. The cover is Travis Kelce, clearly a pistol. Clearly a fucking pistol. Not even like first down. No, it was clearly a pistol. And that's what they have on the cover of their week 1 highlight against the Baltimore Ravens. But hey, when it's Travis Kelce, a classy guy like him, totally fine. Totally cool.
He's just doing some James Bond stuff. It's not,
that's
dangerous
funny.
when he does
that's funny.
Oh, no, that's fine then. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
If it's James Bond, then it's fine.
He had a James Bond gun, not like like a dangerous, scary gun.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right. No,
he's
totally fine.
I was going to bring race into this.
Whoa, Frankie, whoa.
My bad. Didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
But
I didn't say anything.
Mocha Latte rookies are not allowed to make any type of gestures, okay?
Keep your hands to yourself, Mocha Latte rookies.
Dude, NFL, how about you just stop with the fucking celebration penalties? How about we just acknowledge this is a man's game? And if you don't want to get taunted, you know what I think you should do, Corey? Stop them. Stop them from doing what they're trying to do. Otherwise, bitch, don't fucking whine. It's fucking ridiculous. The NFL needs to get their fucking shit together. The fans don't want this. Guarantee you that we don't want to see this petty bullshit.
It's the 5-year-old, Steven.
It's for the kids.
Think of the kids, bro.
Show the kids. And when they kick some ass and take some names, they can fucking let the national audience know about it, baby. Come on.
All the same 5-year-olds that are on Fortnite actively playing with guns.
Exactly. Like, whatever. Anyway, I got fired up about that, but McMillan, the very next freaking play on like 3rd and 25 or something, gets open. Like Baker, of course, just doesn't get tackled. He just like snickles around.
It's like he's 7 feet. The guy looks like he's huge and he's not. And he's just shaking people around and throwing people to the ground. I don't know how he does it.
It's so ridiculous.
I don't want to be tackled right now. Don't talk to me.
It doesn't make any
it's
sense.
crazy. No.
It's totally crazy. But yeah, he shakes off everybody, finds McMillan in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown to finally take the lead. 20-19. And dude, credit to our defense. They sucked all day, but they really made some strong second half adjustments. Got to give Todd Bowles his due. I've been hard on him this year, but he did make some strong second half adjustments and really shut down Spencer Rattler and the Saints. They didn't convert a 3rd down in the second half. So that was huge. That was really cool. And we get the ball back. Bucks are driving. It was a long drive, too, because we had to come all the way from our freaking end zone, which is that play I was talking about earlier where Baker escapes on like a 3rd and 15 or something and runs like 20 yards for a first down. You'll have to see it. And of course, my man doesn't slide after picking up the first down. No, he's going to go run right over the fucking linebacker and safety. It's an absolute dog. I love Baker so much. He's our guy. Let him fucking bake, baby. We are in the playoffs now because on that same drive, get down deep. Mike is at one point 5 yards away from the record, boys.
Yeah.
And everyone knows it. We all watching this. There's 2 minutes left. It's the last drive. So it's like, dude, he's got to get this drive. It's got to be on these next 20 yards. He's got to get 5 of them, okay? And so we're all looking for Mike. You know, even Tom Brady's commenting in the game. He's like, yeah, we'll just throw a quick little shallow route right here. Like, you know, just do that. But, you know, the Saints were all over it. They triple covered him, double covered him on that particular play. So Baker fucks around, breaks like 5 more tackles, tosses it out to Bucky Irving, and Bucky takes it to the house. And man,
dude,
sorry, go ahead.
When I saw Bucky scored, I was like, dude, you're fucking it up.
The whole
Let everyone have a catch.
You weren't alone. All Bucks fans all collectively took a gasp. We were like, oh no, Bucky. I don't think I've ever been so disappointed to see a game-clinching touchdown happen.
Right.
We were all like, no, Bucky, why?
Slide at the flag, bro.
No, Bucky.
You see how Bucks fans chant Bucky, Bucky, and they were like, oh shit, no more chance anymore for Bucky. Not anymore, man.
Even Mike was disappointed, but he was one of the first ones to go over and congratulate Bucky because he's just that type of guy. Shout out to our defense, man. They knew the record was on the line too, so they get the ball back for us. Like it was, the Saints were driving for a little while. It was looking very scary, but 40-some seconds left. Spencer throws a terrible pass to Scantling, who had a pretty good game against us. He almost had a touchdown pass, but McCollum pulled it right out of his arms. Thank you, McCollum, because we would have lost if he wouldn't have done that. So McCollum has a hero play, saves it, but Scantling had a good game. But anyway, on this last pass, Spencer just way overthrew him, and none other than Josh Hayes was in coverage on that play. And it was a first down. It was not good coverage, don't get me wrong. But he was in the neighborhood. He was in the same area. He was like, oh, yeah, you're about to catch the ball. Oh, no. But anyway, Scantling did not catch it. Thank fucking God. We get the ball back with 40 seconds left. And, dude, Todd Bowles is the most conservative guy we've ever seen at the Bucs. Most boring coach, most definition of mediocrity we've ever seen. We're all like, dude, I get the games in the bag, Todd, but the record's still on this. It's on the line, Todd. We got to do something here, and he did. You could see him and Liam talking about it before the play happened, and I think the Saints knew too. And shout out to the Saints. I absolutely hate this organization, but especially Avon Taylor for the Saints. Like, he's on coverage on Mike, and you can see him just like, maybe he was confused and thought Mike was going to go deep. I don't know why you would think that, but my man's like running back like it's going to be a deep pass. Mike cuts a nice little out. Boom, pass, catch. fucking record. It was electric. I mean, I wasn't there, but Bucks fans and everyone who was there says it was one of the most electric plays in Raymond James Stadium to ever happen. He ties Jerry Rice for the most consecutive 11 times in a row 1,000-yard season. He already holds a record since coming out of college to have that many. He passed Randy Moss a while ago at 6, but this is rare air he's in now with Jerry Rice. It was beautiful to see. We all loved it. Everybody was happy to see that. It was fucking dope. I think the whole NFL was happy to see it. And like I said, I think the Saints kind of gave it to him a little bit because we all knew where the ball was going. The entire stadium knew where it was going. There was mic chants going on, and they still kind of gave him some cushion and let him pick that up. Even Levon Taylor, after he caught it, didn't seem that interested in tackling him. He's like, get your yards, bro. I mean, that's big money. It was a big payday for Mike to hit another $3 million on his contract. Huge day for the Bucs. We clinched the South, and just to add to the sweetness of it all, Carolina takes it to the Falcons and puts them down. And that was dope to see, too, because fuck the Falcons. Their fans have been talking way too much shit lately. Love to see them humbled. Love to see them struggling. And now they got to deal with Kurt next season. And I just love to see it. It was just such a good day. One of my best Sundays I've had watching football. Probably my whole life.
I don't know. I don't know why they're so sold on Michael Penix Jr. I don't think that guy's that great yet, or he has proven himself yet.
He's looked pretty good.
You think so? Yeah, I differ. Yeah. Huh. Okay.
I don't know, man. He looked good in that Commanders game. Corey, you're frozen. You there?
Good his face.
Oh my God, Corey.
All right. That's just you and me.
He's back now. All right.
Okay.
Corey, you were dead.
Frozen all along.
So Corey is a piece of oh shit. Okay. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, Corey. Hey, we got quiet down.
I did see that play as well. So after the Cowboys lost, I was like, well, let me at least see what's going on with the Bucs. And then I was on the phone with this girl I'm dating, trying to explain to her about how important this Mike Evans catch is. She did not care at all. She asked why you're talking to me about football. And then once the catch happened, I was like, cool, now I'm going to take my
nap. Nice. But yeah, huge day for the Bucs. We now host the Commanders coming into town. And to answer your question from earlier, Frankie, no, I'm not confident at all in the defense. I will say, at least our D-line is starting to get some sacks now. You know, we weren't getting sacks, turnovers, anything for most of the season. The last couple of weeks they've come on strong and are starting to at least get some sacks now. So I'm a little more confident in at least our front four. The secondary needs to get some turnovers, dude. We haven't had
it's the secondary,
in forever. And yeah, our secondary's banged up, injured, and has been playing like crap all year. They need to figure their shit out, or we're going to be bounced early in the playoffs.
You think he'll bounce? Because I think it will not be easy, but I think you'll pull it off at the end. That's my
I think Baker's a dog, so it's going to be really hard for the Commanders to stop it. Plus, they're 30th in the league against the run, so I predict Bucky's
going. Yeah, he can run now. Now he can score touchdowns. Now's the time. Not asking Bucky.
Do it. He was I don't know if he slid or slipped on that same drive, but
I think so. Right. Yeah.
He might have slid. Either way, now you don't have to worry about Bucky. Run through them, score as many touchdowns as you want. We're all here for it. Our lucky duck will probably be there, and we've now adopted this duck, and it's apparently a Buccaneers duck now, which is cool. So he will probably be in attendance. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be a good game. It'll be fun to watch. All these playoff games are gonna be pretty fun to watch. We'll get into that in our pick'em show coming up. But either way, really exciting times. Good for the Bucs. Finally get the job done. Love to see it. Moving on to our final game we're going to be covering here, Sports by Compian fans. And please make sure you're liking and subscribing to our content so that we make sure we have somebody actually watching when we put out these videos.
Nice.
Anyway, Vikings Lions. This was supposed to be the game of the century. Everyone was very excited about this. And to be fair, it was close for a good while there. Vikings defense was just in it, fighting hard to keep their team in it, but goddamn.
They were coming through that line roughing up Goff in the beginning. I was like, what happened? I thought the Lions had a good D line. Why are they just pushing them back into their own end zone? What is happening here?
Yeah, they were trying their damnedest, the defense. They even picked off Goff twice, one of them in the red zone, and the Vikings turned around and went 3 straight plays and couldn't get into the end zone, dude. They were terrible in the red zone, could not get the job done all night. Justin Jefferson wide open on one of those plays, and Sam Darnold missed him. Really, really rough game for Darnold. It was probably the biggest game he's been involved in. So I think the nerves got to him a little bit, and also the pressure. Like the Lions' pressure just out of nowhere was like a thing, and they haven't had any kind of pressure since Hutchinson went down. But man, they are suddenly putting tons of pressure all over Darnold. Darius Smith, who I didn't even really know had been traded over there, suddenly snatches up a sack. I'm like, oh damn, okay, he's over there and he's sacking people, cool. But Jahmyr Gibbs went off in this game. What did he end up with? 3 touchdowns in the end of the day and a receiving touchdown, so 4. Yeah, he had 4 touchdowns altogether. Stud player. Apparently, it's going to be enough.
Montgomery's back for the divisional game if they make it that far.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. So yeah, they'll get their 1-2 punch back. But either way, Jahmyr Gibbs appears to be enough right now because also they get the bye, so he will be back then.
And this is a defense that were one of the best against the running game throughout the whole season. And this guy put 6 yards per carry.
Yeah.
Just ran all over them.
It was the only thing working on the Lions offense as Goff kind of had a mediocre to bad game, if you ask me. But of course, Amar St. Brown with his 6 always does his thing regardless. And the Lions find a way, man. Anthony Anzalone coming back and playing through injury, you got to respect it. Plays like a plate in his arm or some shit. Like that's football, dude. That's football right there. I love to see it.
Dude, they put on screen like one of his tweets, and it's like everyone wants to do dog shit until it's time to do dog shit, and it's like a picture of his arm all fucked up.
Yeah, dude.
And I was just like, that is such a fucking hard quote, dude.
That is a hard quote.
That is awesome.
It is. You gotta love this Lions team going into the playoffs. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be a very interesting playoff run. Vikings fans had to be disappointed, but hopefully you get some time to recollect, think about your lives, and play better now in the wild card round.
Can I say one thing about the Lions, man? I've never seen a team not like a 4 down as the Lions are. I've never seen any team play like they do. They go for it every time on 4 down.
It's crazy.
It's never seen that. Never seen that. It doesn't matter.
We'll do a tush push if we're close enough, but they're like, doesn't matter where the fuck it is, we're going for it. We got 4 downs to get there, boys.
It's like a different way to play completely. Never seen any team play like this.
They play their offense like how I do sometimes when you're just like, all right, we got four. Exactly. I am, like I said, a very expert in these things. So you play with like you have 4 downs. Yeah. Let's just get a couple each time, and then we'll figure it out on 4th down. It'll be okay. But yeah, shout out to the Lions taking care of business on a big Sunday night football game. They look hot. They look ready, rolling into this playoff contentions. They're the favorites as far as the NFC South goes. I mean, the NFC.
That nice little bye week. Everyone loves.
Oh man! And what was his name? That guy with the Vikings who came over from the Dolphins. Sick ass hair. Here he is. Andrew Van Ginkel. Dude, my man had a pick 6 in his hands and just bobbled it a little bit. He had a hell of a game. Not taking anything away from the guy. Had a hell of a tackle for loss. That tackle for loss was dope. He killed Jahmyr Gibbs on that one.
Oh yeah.
But,
the screen. Yeah,
he murdered Gibbs on that one. He had himself a good game, but not enough.
Dude, you know what's crazy? Fucking Stephon Gilmore's still out there. He was on the Vikings. I saw him. I was like, Stephon Gilmore, you're still in the league.
He's still there.
Oh, what's up, buddy? Good for you. I haven't seen you since you got torched on the Cowboys and against the Packers. Good to see you back.
Dude, corner's a tough position. So, like, when you find someone who's, like, semi-decent at it, they're just like, yeah, just stick around, dude. Like, like these younger kids apparently don't know how to cover.
Maybe, probably not.
They don't know how to cover, apparently. It's apparently, it is fucking hard to cover a receiver. And you can't do anything. You can't touch them. You can't do anything with the balls. It's hard to be a corner nowadays.
Yeah, I think outside of quarterbacks, I think the biggest chance to be a bust position is corners to me.
Yeah.
First and second round picks, sometimes they don't do anything, man. They just get burnt in the league.
Yeah. It's really tough. It's tough to be a good corner in this league, which made what guys like Revis and Sherman did all the more impressive for sure. But either way, I think the Vikings will bounce back. We'll see what happens in this playoff round as it comes up. Some other headlines just before we get out of here. Tyreek Hill apparently wants out of Miami.
Someone was trying to tell me that they're recruiting him to the Cowboys. I'm like, they're not recruiting him to the Cowboys, guys. Like,
I don't think Jerry wants to spend money. Don't be silly.
We don't have any fucking money to spend, Steven. Dak has it all.
Oh, Dak has all the money.
Dak has all the fucking money, dude.
All the money and all the iced tea.
Right. All the broken limbs, too.
All the broken limbs, very injured. But either way, the Cowboys will have to figure their lives out. as all the rest of these teams move into the playoffs, the Rams dropped a game against the Seattle. So demoralizing for Seattle to win and still like, all right, cool. But we're gonna go home and watch you guys on the play. I'm just great, no big deal. Like, tough times for them. And now the Chargers, the Rams will have to host the Vikings, so that's gonna be a tough game for them.
Yeah, and then they beat them during the season too. The Rams beat the Vikings. It's one of those 3 losses. Yeah, that's why it's interesting.
That will be.
They already beat them.
That will be interesting. Although the Rams haven't looked the best over the last 4 or 5 weeks, so hopefully Sean McVay can get the boys fired up.
Then they had a hot streak. Then they got terrible again. Like, it's tough to say what's
going on. Well, even when
them.
they were terrible, they're still winning. It's just it wasn't by much.
Right.
But either way, I finally caught up to them. Yeah, shout out to Bo Nix. You gotta believe, baby.
Believe. Keep down on that wins.
That third touchdown pass was wild. Did you see how many different fucking
I already
guys had their hands on that ball before it got caught by the Denver receiver? Like, damn.
Chiefs are not hiding that they don't want the Bengals to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, they really were.
Tossing it to their receivers to see who catches.
We're gonna put it to Carson. Carson, you got this, right? Wink,
yeah.
Wink, wink. And honestly, we also want to make an argument because we're tired of all you people talking shit about Patrick Mahomes. This is what he had to work with all year, guys. Just so you know, this is what a normal quarterback would look like.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good argument for Patrick Mahomes, honestly, how bad the Chiefs looked without him. But anyway, boys,
Denver's not a crazy team to put up 30 some odd points on the Chiefs defense. Like, how many teams have really put 30 something points on the Chiefs defense this year?
Yeah, everybody was on the bench, man. There were a ton of starters on the bench. Yeah, so it's nothing impressive. I think.
It's basically like a preseason game. It's like, let's just have a preseason game at the end of the season.
Little
just
bit.
to see let's see what the backups will do. Get out there and have fun, kids.
For sure. They definitely did not care at all. And of course, Jerod Mayo, after getting a final win on his way out, will be the last win he'll have as the New England head coach, as they fired him after 1 season. Tough to see, I think. Like, it's always tough to see a coach get 1 season of a shot, especially on the freaking New England. Like, what did you think he was going to do?
They're like, we're so used to the best of the best. If you're not the best of the best, get the fuck out of here.
But you had nobody. There was nobody for him to do anything with. I don't know what they thought was going to happen this year. You gave him Jacoby Brissett as his starting quarterback this year. What did you really think was going to happen? So yeah, that was surprising. A little bit.
No comment on that.
I think
it doesn't make sense. Really doesn't.
It doesn't really make too much sense, but I think it's because there's other candidates they're way more excited about. They've already they're already pushing hard for. I think they're pushing hard for Vrabel. There was the Bucs were dead scared that he was going to come snatch up Liam Cohen, our offensive coordinator, because Liam's from that area, grew up a Patriots fan. So we were a little worried that they might snatch him. Still might happen. Who knows? But I think the Glazers are going to whip out the checkbook to make sure we do everything we can to keep Liam inside Tampa, because he's the best offensive coordinator we've ever had, hands down. I've never seen our offense run as cool as it's running right now. Like, his play designs, everything he's doing. Dude, he lost Chris Godwin early and didn't have Mike Evans for a lot of games. And still, Baker was putting up 24, 30 points a game. So he could get it done, man, and we cannot afford for that man to leave our building. We might lose Mike Greenberg, who might be going over to the Jets to be their general manager. Don't do it, Greenberg. You're just going to get fired. Woody Allen can't be trusted. Stay with us, Bondro. We need you. He's our salary cap genius, dude. It's amazing what he's pulled off the last couple of years. So definitely don't want to lose him, but we might. Looking like.
Do you guys think Aaron's out, or do you think he's going to go on the hunt?
Who?
Aaron Rodgers. His 2-year contract in
I don't know who's taking him. Who is going to take that guy?
I think there's a lot of teams.
Browns. You think a lot of teams?
Browns.
Well, the Browns. Yeah, okay, you're right.
Browns,
they're stupid enough. You're right. They're dumb enough. I'll see the Browns doing it.
Yeah, and plus, if
the
you get Aaron Rodgers,
the Raiders, something like that.
The Raiders, the Browns. Hell, I can see the Colts taking a shot on him.
Yeah, Colts take a shot on everybody that's sold.
Colts love washed up old quarterbacks. It's
Yeah,
their
they
favorite
love
thing,
it.
dude.
They love it, dude.
They're like, what? You're past your prime? Get in here, bro. We love past their prime quarterbacks. All we ever do.
They need to teach something to Anthony Richardson, because the kid, dude, he was out for that last game. That was Flacco who got them that last win, and I haven't been impressed with anything I've seen from Anthony. Like, the dude has 4 or 5 passes a game that are amazing, and other than that, he just sucks. So, yeah, I don't think he's a NFL quarterback. I mean, he never won in college really much either. And, I just don't think he has that dog mentality in him. He ain't got that dog in him, you know what I'm saying?
He gets tired after drives and goes out by himself. What's up with that?
I don't think
He's never going to live that down.
Who does that? Nobody does that. He shouldn't. Nobody should let that down, man. Nobody does that.
Dude, that was so crazy.
At any level of football, you can't do that, bro.
No.
Can't be doing it, man. Can't be doing it. But either way, we're all wrapped up on this final week of regular season capping. We appreciate you, Sports by Compian fans, sticking with us throughout the year, giving us your support. Shout out to Corey. Really stepped in big as our co-host for this year. We really appreciate you, Corey. You're so freaking handsome. You bring up the whole show's demeanor. And Frankie, thank you for making a final appearance as we're on our way out here of the year. We're happy to have you.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, anything you'd like to say to the Sports by Compian fans as we head out of this final week?
Adopt this dog, dude.
Yeah, dude. Adopt Sunshine. If you're in New
She's
Jersey,
potty trained now, I promise. She hasn't pooped on 3 days.
Nice. Out of girl,
3
Sunshine.
days. We're out here winning, bro.
Yeah. Cool. All right, boys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, Sports by Compian fans. We're out.